Yo, welcome to the channel. I actually don't know what the channel is going to be called, but I know what it's going to be about. Basically, I'm just going to summarize comics and graphic novels, all the good stuff. In case you're too lazy to read, like me, I'm doing the hard work for you, basically. Today, we got Monsters We Make. Check that out. By the way, I'm sick, so my voice is whack. Beautiful cover art, beautiful story so far. We're gonna go in increments of 2 chapters each episode. Anyway, if you haven't heard about this is created by the legend himself, Cory Kenshin. Basically, he left YouTube and people were wondering where he went, and he came back with a whole freaking manga. So your boy had to cop. It did take a while to get here for some reason. What's that about, Coy? What's that about? Anyways, though, I read the first 2 chapters. I'm just gonna go by as I read it. So I just get my immediate feedback. So far, I'm loving the story, loving the characters that I've seen, and I actually already recommend it. It's that fire already. Let's get straight to it. So it starts off with chapter 1. It's called Enter the New Midyear. He throws a little Bible verse in there, which is pretty cool. And we got the context, which it looks like there's 8 chapters. So there's going to be 4 episodes for this book. It starts off in the city of New Eden with a bunch of buildings, with a really tall building, which is the Sonata Corporation. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce it. I could look it up, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy. But the Sonata Corporation. They got technology, pharmaceuticals, education, and it's a hope of mankind, really. So it looks like it's the big popular thing in that city. So it looks like 17 years ago, darkness engulfed the world, and kind of starting like a purge. If you've seen the movie Purge, for 2 weeks though, because the purge was how long was the purge actually? I don't know. I've actually never watched it. I just know it exists. People who lived through it called it the Eternal Night, and it apparently remains a mystery. So the world has forever changed apparently from this crazy event that happened. So it looks like this group of 3 people, not entirely sure if they know each other. I know 2 of them do. Kylie and David. Then there's Homeboy in the hat and mask, but I don't actually know their name. So this dude is on the phone, arguing with this dude online, getting rage baited or something. Then the dude that was on the phone seems to be this weird anomaly type of thing called a leaker. And it pretty much just kills the person in the hat and mask. So Kaylee or Kylie, I don't know actually which one it is. I'm just going to assume Kaylee because it's Kalee, but I'm not really great figuring out names. I can't lie. Start running from this leaker. This leaker says, "Beasts born from devils walk among us with clouded eyes. I'll be their North Star, their free man." So it's a really tense moment, and they're running away. And this thing is huge. Has some sort of mouth on its stomach or chest. Anyway, it's freaking splits the dude in the hat in half. And these Kaylee and David are just traumatized, bro. So David's freaking out. He's like, we're gonna die. And she's trying to comfort him. She's like, okay, it's okay. Then her head gets freaking clapped. Boom. She's cooked. Then freaking the leaker just slashes Homeboy in the face, and half his face is ripped off. And he's just eating them with his chest. It's crazy. These leakers are insane. So that happens. 3 days later, looks like we're on some sort of subway. And we got this new character. Check it. The new character. His name is Jabari. I don't want to say this name wrong now. Is it Jabari? Wait. Is it Jabari? So I'm just going to call him JB for now because I'm not actually entirely sure how to say his name. But this new character, JB, on the subway, listening to music. And he takes off his headphones and looks over, and this guy is in the rain with some item covering his head. Anyway, it's pouring outside. And he comes on him. And everyone on the plane is just on the phone, just texting away. Then he gets a call from his dad. He's talking about his dad and how he keeps moving to a lot of places. And about how he got a job with Sonata. I'm hoping that's how you say it. Corey, please help me. Is that how you say it? I don't even know if that's how you say it. I'm just saying it like that. Anyway, he's also got a full scholarship there, which is cool. Him and his dad seem to have a good relationship in this book, so far at least. So they end the call, and he arrives at the place. While he's looking at the giant New Eden Academy, he gets kind of shoulder bumped by this guy. And he's like, what the heck? He falls over. He's like, what is going on? And this dude's like, he's like, hey. And the dude, after knocking over, grabs him out of the way from almost getting hit by a car. He says, was that my fault or yours? And slaps him away again. He says, I saved your life. Then he introduces himself as Liam, with this girl standing right next to him. And that right there is the end of the first chapter. Already, it's been one chapter. Good start for this book. I love the story, love the aspects of it, and I love getting to see these new characters. So we get into chapter 2, the Grey Halls of New Eden. So this kid is walking around in this muddy area. He's getting kind of mad because it's all over his shoes and stuff. And this dude passes by and says, you're crazy for lacing those up today, you numlock. Which numlock is like, I feel like it's like some sort of like just mean word. I don't even know. They just like use it at people for like, it's like dumbass. I don't even know. Anyway, he's cleaning his shoes when he bumps into this big dude. And he's like, watch it. That's the first and last warning you're going to get. Some tough guy, bro. Like, who, what? He's like, my bad. He's like kind of scared. Back to JB and Liam. Liam says, this better not be some try the new kid. I'm not in the mood. And they kind of get into a little, like an argument. But he realizes that this dude knows him. He says his name. Just right there. Liam knows him. So the girl next to him, she says, so he's the one you told me about. He's a mid-year, just like you were. Has he taken the test? And Liam's like, no, look, of course he hasn't. Look at him. He's like, what are you talking about here? Yeah, that's it. And this dude's, JB's thinking, this guy's like already on my nerves. This guy's not digging it. Anyway, it's a little flashback of JB playing in the All-State New Eden Philharmonic First Chair Laments Concerto in A minor. That was the hardest thing I've ever had to read. Oh my god. And it's like really impressive. And this dude was kind of jealous that he's up there. And the dude isn't. So he's like, yeah, that was nano. Which also seems to be a term used in this. So yeah. And he's like, if you think that's impressive, wait till you see me cut up on a piano. He's like, check this out. He's goated. Basically, he's goated. He says, I hope this academy can actually help me. So this dude's like confident in everything, apparently. And then Liam's like, 7th like you are a dime a dozen at this school. He's like, I'm not just any 7th, though. Name's Jabari. Bro, it better be Jabari because I've just been saying JB because I don't even know. Booker. Who knows? I may end up being your teacher. Ooh, he's really cooking it. But then the girl's like, did he really just reintroduce himself mid-conversation? She hating Loki. But she giggling, though. She liking this guy. She digging him. Then Liam's like, listen up. And he kind of just introduces homegirl. Her name's September. And he throws in a random fact that she eats old people cereal. He says, wheat shreds, cornflakes, no sugar. Now, what? No sugar? Huh? What are you doing? No sugar. I'm not gonna lie, I just had myself fucking a good freaking bowl of Cocoa Puffs. It was fire. It's like 11:30 right now. I don't care. It was gas. And he says, you're gonna want to keep a low profile. Trust me. I'm like, what? And it's like this ominous, like a lady just staring. Anyway, homegirl just grabs onto him, by the way. She obviously likes him. And they like each other, for sure. 100%. Anyway, they walk in, and it's huge. JB's kind of like shocked. He's like, wow. And she's like, was your old school like this? And he's like, not like this. So obviously, this is a big upgrade. He talks about it's way better than the VR tour. So that's pretty fire, actually. Do colleges like have if they don't have VR tours, They should do that. That's kind of gas. Then September, she bumps into the big dude from earlier that the other kid bumped into. And he's already, you know, angry, yapping away. And she kind of like eyes him down. His name is Fane. But she eyes him down. And he's like, I didn't know it was you, Sep. I didn't know. Didn't know, Sep. So he's already tripping. He's mad tripping. So obviously, because she's like an alpha, which is the cringiest thing to say. I'm sorry. Me having to read that was like, okay, well. He's like, damn alphas. Anyway, apparently they have like, there's like a pyramid of, there's like people that are like better than other, I don't even know. Anyway, they go up to this locker, and the lockers are actually eye scanned. Like she goes up to the thing, and it's like beep, which is pretty sick. And then she kind of opens it, and then JB gets a message from the dean saying he's got to retake the test. And then she's thinking, he scored that high, he's got to retake the test, because apparently you can't be perfect, because they don't want you to have a perfect score. They need to have like a good score, you know. Like instead of getting an A plus, you need to get that A minus. Yeah. What am I doing? What was that? What is that? She says, "Be great, not perfect." So apparently he's not supposed to be perfect. This robot diamond thing pulls up, like, "You're already behind, Mr. Booker. Please follow me to Madam Dean's office." And so he follows, and September just walks the other way. You know, gotta go to class. And she like whispers to him on the way, "Not too high." And he's like, "Huh?" He's like, why can't I just do it? More than JB, and he sees the face behind the voice, which is this lady who's actually the voice of the robot. When I was reading it at first, I was like saying it in a robot tone. I was like, "Morning, Jabari. Morning." I don't even know. It was some Siri, Alexa type stuff. Anyway, Dean's like, I wonder why he's late. He's like, "Oh, I got hit by a car." I'm like, "Damn, almost got hit by a car." He didn't get hit by a car, but she's like, "It doesn't matter." She's like, she has order, bro. Anyway, she's talking about she's the dean, and you gotta address her as Madam Dean, which is like low key double. That's like being like Mister, bro. Like you gotta say Mister twice. I'm like, bro, like is she doing too much at this point? Anyway, he's like all confident. He's like, "So you need me to do a redo because you think I cheated, huh?" He's like, "Yeah, that's me on bacon, egg, and cheese." And she's like, "Looks like we got a comedian on our hands. Our little comedian." And she's like ominous as heck. She's like, "We need to ensure those here truly belong, especially transfer students. Coach Lars will handle your test." And he's thinking like, they offered me a full ride, now hit me with this. Somebody approve my file. Bot. You bot. Bot. He hit that shit. He hit that. Ooh. You bot. Then the front desk lady, she's like, "Yo, Madam Dean, you gotta call." And she's like, bruh, I'm talking to JB right now. And she's like, take a message. But it's like, it's immediate. You need it now. And they're kind of staring at each other, but then she kind of walks off. And the front desk lady is like, "No need for the long face. According to my records, a retest isn't actually what you're here for." So it's like, "No retest?" She's like, "Yeah, you're here to take a second placement test." So he's like part two. Like you take an interview, or like, but you gotta do the second interview to actually get the interview for the interview. I'm so smart, bro. I'm so smart, bro. So then he follows the drone over to the Devium building. I don't know if it's Devium. It's synced to your brain pattern for elevator access, so you won't miss the testing area, which is pretty great. They got some fire tech here. Then he starts kind of, overthinking. His brain's like going fast. And this flashback to him when he was a kid, it looks like. And he's thinking about all these different things, and his head's starting to hurt and stuff. But his dad comes over. He's like, "Oh no," and he gives him a hug. And he's like, "Pops, it hurt." And he thinks it's about his hearing, but he says, "No, it's not that. it hurts seeing what people say about you. And he's like, how can you just sit there and take it? Kind of reminds me, this is like a parallel to if you in One Piece, like with Shanks and Luffy in One Piece. Kind of like, how can you just sit there and take all this crap? And he's like getting angry, Kind of reminds me of that. So he got him a little surprise. He got him these headphones. So he gives him these headphones for music, and he's like, "Do you hear it? You asked how I can cut through all that noise." Because I always got a song stuck in my head. It's the most beautiful song I ever heard. And he's like, "Your song is still being written." Fire. So obviously it looks like the mom is not there. So pretty sad, but dad. Anyway, back to this. He's at the elevator, and he's still thinking about that quote that his dad said. So he says, "Your song is still being written, so make sure it's one you're proud of." What a great line. So it looks like this lady was the one that was like ominously standing earlier in the other chapter. She's on this call here, talking to Detective Kane about something, about the disappearance, which we're going to assume is what happened at the beginning when those dudes died. It's got to be, right? So when those dudes died, I'm just knowing that because later this dude in the shadows is talking about Kaylee and her team went missing, which was, if you call back, harken back, fire words. I got a crazy vocab. Oh my gosh. She's with her team, Kaylee, and then David, and then there's the other person in the hat, which I don't even know what the name is. And she's like, "It's not your place to be concerned about the student in shadow." She's like, "What do you want?" The detective is just one man. And she says, "What do you think of our new pup?" And she has this file called Expired. It says Delta Team on there. Heard there was a lot of fuss over procuring that one in particular. And he's like, "He's got a lot of bark. I see why they wanted him." He says, "Regardless, our priority is understanding Delta Team's insubordination." Is that how you say it? Probably not. I just don't even really know what that word means. Anyway, Kaylee wouldn't have entered without an exit plan. You're cleared. Ooh. And she says, "First public attack in weeks and 3 hounds dead." Hounds seems like sort of like a word like goons or like agents or something. I feel like that's like kind of what it means. The monster that did this must be held accountable. Understood? Yes, Madam Dean. And it's this dude, and they finally reveal him. He's not in the shadows anymore. And she says, "Prepare the hounds. But first, there's something I need you to do." And guess what? Your boy's leaving you on a cliffhanger. So, that was the first 2 chapters of this book. So far, I really like it. I haven't actually read the rest of it. I'm just going by episode of these. So I'm going to read the next 2 chapters tomorrow night probably. And, hit back up another video. And, yeah, it's been real. Shout out to this book, by the way. Shout out to Corey Kenshin, who made this book. Really good. I love the art. Love the story so far. So far, I'm excited for chapter 3. I'm not going to look at it yet until tomorrow when I actually hit this episode up. This next episode up. So, anyway, it's been real. And thank y'all for watching. Obviously, I'm going to get like 3 views on this video, but if you clicked on this video, you're a real one. And I'm probably going to make some like Marvel, DC comic stuff in the future as well. So, deuces.